It's the grandson of Right Thought. Welcome to the School of Marvelous Light. A lot of times, we get discouraged in well doing as the elect. But I want to encourage you in the truth so that you don't get discouraged in a lie. Discouragement only comes from a lie, beloved. Know that. Discouragement comes from a lie. Anything that was done in this world had to overcome obstacles in order to come to fruition. And you know that. Everything had to go through opposition, some type of pains, growing pains, until the thing comes into its fullness. Goes through some type of pain. It's just the way that truth works. But when those pains hit, we think it's going to hinder the final product in some way. When those growing pains hit, oh, I'm not going to grow into my fullness. This pain right now is so unbearable. It's an obstacle that you'll overcome like everyone else did. You see? And you look back on the scar and you say, man, I remember that moment. But no, it's just in the past. It's gone. I've overcome it. Moved beyond it. And it's the same thing with well-doing. When you become mature enough in the faith, you move beyond people's ideals of what you've done for them. See, because the lie, which will get you discouraged, will stop you from doing the well thing. See, well-doing. Because you'll say, well, what's the point of doing that good thing for this person if all they're going to do is turn around and hate me anyway? Well, that's the answer. They're going to hate you regardless, right? So they may as well hate you for doing the right thing versus hating you for doing the wrong thing, right? You see? But I would say you're going to be rewarded for your well-doing. So here's another key. This is the main key. When you did that good thing for that person, even though they hated you for it, they didn't give you no thank you, they didn't appreciate it, because that's all it is you're actually looking for. It's appreciation. But when they didn't appreciate it, Abba Yah watched you do it. And see, the only reason you got discouraged that they didn't care is because you forgot that Abba Yah cared. You forgot about Abba Yah in that moment. You forgot about I am. Watch this. Do you know that what you did was good? Watch this, y'all. It's so beautiful. If you know what's going on right now. Did you see what you did? Are you proud of yourself for what you did? Then you won't be discouraged, will you? So is Abba Yah proud of what you did? Then you won't be discouraged, will you? You see how it's the same question and the same answer. You see the beauty of what Abba has done for us all. While we should never be ashamed or discouraged, just like he said, you won't be confounded. You won't be ashamed. Neither. Abba Yah don't lie. He said what? He said, I will dwell in them. In them. So when you got a question about something that you did, go inside yourself. You got a simple task to do for that day. Let's say it's wash some dishes at somebody else's house. You living with them. You got to wash the dishes because you live with them. It's their house. So that's just part of the pill you got to swallow. You got to take out the trash and wash the dishes and do stuff like that. Well, you may half-ass wash the dishes because they're a grumpy old mean person you live with. They don't show no gratitude for none of the stuff you do around there because all they care about is the money you give them. And in your circumstance, you ain't got a lot of money to give. That's why you living with them. So you do all the other stuff around the house, clean up, pick up, paint, anything that break, you fix it. You do all kind of shit around there. And they may say thank you for it, but they still kind of grumped up because they ain't got no money like they want. So then that may discourage you from doing the stuff when you're washing all the dishes and they just put their dirty dish in the sink, don't wash them, they start expecting you to do it. But if you wash those dishes as if those was Christ's dishes, You're going to wash them totally different. You will make sure there's not a speck of food on there or a water droplet dried wrong or nothing. You will make sure it's perfect when you present it to Yahusha. Well, then do it like that. That is well doing. Do everything you do like you doing it for Yahusha, who the one you say you love, right? Now watch how this works. When I say do everything like you doing it for the Lord, Abba Yah, Yahusha, that means do it like you're doing it for yourself. You see that? So if you for yourself would take some dishes and eat out of some dirty dishes, well then you will do the dishes like that for another person if you're willing to do it for yourself. You don't care when you got dirty dishes, but do you care? When you about to eat a plate of food and your fork, you look at it and it got some old dried up food stuck on it that wasn't washed off from last time. Are you going to eat with that fork? Now, a trifling ass nigga would. So then you can't expect him to wash your dishes better than he would for himself if he don't care about eating off that shit. That means he don't love himself, see? But you within yourself know you wouldn't eat off of dirty dishes. So then wash the dish as if you're washing it for yourself. Then all of the discouragement about what they think about what you did goes away. You stop being codependent. You see? What that means is my grade for what I did is based on what they think. Nope, baby, this is the free world you live in now. You're not a slave anymore. You don't go off a reward system, you see? If I do it good, then mommy will tell me I did it good. She'll say I'm a good boy and pat me on the head. And so when you were a kid, you did it really good. And then your mom didn't even pay no attention. She walked on past. And so you doubted whether you did do it good. Instead of walking off saying, oh, well, I guess mom didn't notice how good I did that. Oh, well, shit, I know I did it good. It's hard for children to know how to do that. You see? They're affected by their parents. And a lot of us didn't receive the accolades and the affirmation and the love and the tender care. A lot of us were neglected. The elect were because we're strange children and sent into a strange world. Sent to surrogate parents, surrogate brothers and sisters. It's the truth, guys. Ask Yahusha who your real family is and he'll tell you. So if you're dwelling with a person that you know is not adhering to anything Yahusha says, doesn't care about the word of God or anything, then how do you think that you're going to be able to get the accolades, affirmations, the respect, or anything else that's good if they're not connected to anything that's good? You feel that? So it ain't about them. It's about you. Foundational beliefs are coming from yourself about how you think things should go. So don't fight against that. Don't fight against it. Your natural is to do things to the best of your ability, then do it that way, regardless of what response you'll get in return. You see? It's like, for instance, I'll give you an example. I make music, right? Now, to me, in my mind, I make beautiful music. But I don't have fans or any record deals or diamond chains and gold glittering around me and music videos all over the world and fame and fortune. I have none of those things. But yet, when I make my song, I am making it to the best of my ability, to the skills that I have. I'm making it to the best of the ability that I have been given. I'm not slacking because I said, well, who cares? Nobody's going to listen to it and going to care whether I make this however I make it anyway. So what does it fucking matter whether I do it or not? Instead of having that attitude about it, I say I make it to where when I listen to it, I feel good. I am feeling high vibrations when I listen to it. So whoever want to join in on that vibration can if they want to. That's why my music is free. See? I don't charge y'all. I don't charge you anything. Every song I make it the same day I made it, I drop it. As soon as I'm done making it and it sounds good to me, I release it to y'all. You feel me? Instead of going through all these hoops and release dates and making y'all wait and do all this other stuff. No, I feel the vibration today. Y'all want to feel this vibe? Well, cool. If you don't like it, keep it moving then. Hey, You just wasn't on that vibration. I know I be speaking things that's hard to be understood. I know it. So when you listen to my raps, you got to really listen. You got to be like, wait, hold on a minute. What is this guy really talking about? Yep, you got to speak metaphors and parables to understand what I be talking about half the time. But that's just what makes my vibrations go up. You feel me? The same goes for the things that you do, no matter what it may be. Do it to your standard. Then that way you're pleased at the end, regardless of if anybody else is. You will be. If you're doing it for other people, then you'll always miss something. And they will always point it out. Listen to what I'm saying. When I was married, y'all, my wife got mad at me. She was pregnant. She got mad at me about something. I don't even remember what it was, y'all. She got so mad. She left the state and went to my mama, who was living in Florida. She went down there to my mother down there and stayed with her for a few weeks. My mother was like, oh, just come down here. Y'all falling out, you pregnant. You don't need all that drama. Just come down here for a few weeks and take a break. So she went down there with my mama for a few weeks. But while she was gone, I said, you know what? I said, let me do some inventory. If my wife is so mad at me like this, what have I done lately? See, self-accountability. What have I been doing? I said, what has she told me? Well, one of the things was, we're about to have this baby and the house is not to the standard she wanted to. Now, we got a nice house, beautiful house, all updated, nice and good, but a few things that could be better, you know? So, small, minor things. But she was complaining about those things. She wanted to update the bathroom and things like that and do some stuff in the kitchen and blah, blah, blah. Well, those few weeks that she was gone, I had some vacation days. I took the vacation days that I had and remodeled my house. Another thing was I had a motorcycle at the time. She never rode it with me. She used to always talk about how scared she was and how it wasn't safe. And I'm a father now. I shouldn't be blah, 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 blah. So I sold my bike while she was gone as well. See, that was another thing she complained about. So I said, okay, I'll sell my bike. I'll remodel the house. See, took the proceeds from the bike, took that, bought supplies, remodeled the bathroom. I'm doing all this myself by hand. Did the floor, retiled the floor, painted the walls, repainted the kitchen, redid the walls in the kitchen, repainted them. Got a carpet cleaner, cleaned the carpet in every room. I mean, the house was it was basically new. I took the chandeliers down, cleaned them, went outside, I cut the grass, manicured the grass perfectly. Every single weed was pulled. The flowers were bloomed all nice. Had a bunch of flowers all out. Had a little garden in the back. It was all nice and fresh looking. And I pulled every single piece of grass and weed out of the crack in the driveway. You know, the little cracks on the sidewalk. I got all that shit perfect. I mean, the house was looking like a fairy tale. And then, after I was done doing all that, my dad came over. He helped me. He's my witness. He was amazed. He was like, dang, son, you ain't messing around. I'm like, no, I ain't messing around. Shoot, I love my family. Shit, I want my family to be happy. So I'm sacrificing. The hell with that. So when I got done doing all the work, my dad helped me out. Got done. I said, well, now I need to go get my wife. I said, she ain't staying down there. I miss her. And hell with this shit. So I got in my car. Got my dad. He came with me. Drove down. Surprise! Got to the house, knocked on the door. She didn't look very happy to see me. She didn't celebrate or go, oh my God, and jump into my arms. She just like, oh, okay, hi. So if I had based my feelings off of that little moment, I would have been a sad ass man. But I'm like, she don't know what I got in the store. She don't know. So down there, chilled down there for another week. Because like I said, I had vacation days. So I went on and took a vacation down there in Florida, Went down to the beach, chilled down there. Me and her went out on a couple dates and stuff like that. Argued a few times too. But but on the way on back home, she comes on back with me. We come on back. I'm excited. I'm about to show her this house. She's about to be amazed. We get home, pull her in the driveway. I'm like, she don't notice this, how nice everything is. She didn't say anything, notice anything yet. So, but it's nice as hell. So we get in it, we go on in the house and everything. Immediately, you can smell the freshness and everything. Walk in the house, unpack, start putting bags away, go upstairs, go in the room, looking around and everything. The stuff is so dramatically different. I'm like, okay, she hasn't said anything yet. So My dad's there. Remember, he came on a road trip too, so he came back with me. So he's like, has she said anything yet? I said, no, she just upstairs unpacking. He was like, okay, well, wait till she come down and see what she say. So she came downstairs. She's like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm about to go get something to eat. This girl got in the car and drove to Popeyes and went and got some chicken. I'm like, okay. So she comes back. And then she comes in the house. She's got her food and chicken and shit. She comes in the house. She's like, goes in the bathroom. She's like, oh, yeah, hey, I see. I noticed what you did. This is cool. This is nice. Cool. And then she went on upstairs. And my dad was standing right there. And when she went upstairs, I looked at my dad. And it was amazing because I told my dad when I was doing the floor in the bathroom while I was putting the tiles down, my dad was helping me. I said, she's not going to care about any of this. I guarantee you. He was like, you think so? Because he was like, she going to cry when she see this. I said, she ain't going to care about this shit. And he was like, no, man, you did too much. Watch, man. So he was there. And when he saw her reaction and her go upstairs with that food and go eat, he couldn't believe it. He said, you were right, son. I said, I told you. But my house was bad as hell, and I enjoyed that too. Even though I kind of missed my bike for a little while, y'all. I used to love my little bike, my little Gixxer. But you see what I'm saying? I didn't get what I thought I was going to get at all. I thought this woman was going to cry and fall into my arms, tell me how much she loved me and how much the sacrifice she know me coming to get her and drive and take off the time from work and sold my bike and she didn't give a damn about none of that shit, y'all. So I could have been crushed by that. And I almost was, but I sucked it on up and said, you know what, hey, it is what it is. I ended up losing that house too, so it was vanity. I guess I built it all up for the next person. I drove past that house not too long ago. It's all dilapidated and tore up. It destroyed. I thought it was a beautiful house, y'all. Really beautiful house. And it's just tore up now. The yard all overgrown with weeds and also all jacked up. So it was all vanity, you see. Just like Abba said it was in his word. It was vanity. So don't sweat the small stuff and don't sweat it. You just do the best you can and then you keep it moving based on your standards. And if I am is satisfied with it, because if I am is, then God is. When I am is not satisfied with something, regardless of what it is, when you're not happy about something, neither is I am, God. So you can't get around the beauty of what he's done. Like I said, it's very beautiful to me. It's just not beautiful to those who want to live away from I am and sin. But you can't hide I am. You can't hide from yourself and hide your sin from yourself. That's the amazing thing about sin. So as long as you can't hide your sin from yourself, even no matter how hard you try to, coming up with other kind of ways of personalities and coming up with all kind of other different identities and all kind of shit, you can't run from I am. As soon as you did what you did, I am saw you, and I am confirmed with you whether it was good or bad. So it's no need to worry about what anybody else thinks about what you did. Y'all follow? Silwa Mestrala.